Hi, this is Sai Morton with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the forexpsummit.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit forexpsummit.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody guys, today we will take a look at the euro currency, but first let's take a look at our setup on the Canadian dollar. So it has started, the setup that we have discussed yesterday. So you can see market really has completed this ABCD pattern and has formed as a result this Gartner's triple two buy. The first initial bounce already has happened here, so if you have taken position on this pattern, you probably could move your stops to the break even. Those of you who haven't taken position here, you could get another chance for that, because if you'll take a look at the Canadian hourly chart, you will see that another minor Gartner's triple two buy is forming. So here's our butterfly, upward action, ABC retracement now stands in progress. So you could even use this minor stop on the hourly chart, and your potential loss, the stop loss order, will be even closer. So risk will be really small. Currently guys, the overall setup that we have here, I mean this Gartner's triple two, is just the one possibility for triggering the scenario that we have discussed in our weekly research. The point is, the scenario stands on really high time frame, so I mean weekly chart. That's why market could make some multiple attempts to trigger it. So if this setup will fail, market will drop here. We'll continue watching, because even moving here to the downside will not mean that overall scenario has been cancelled and destroyed, because here you can see market still could coiling around this resistance 136 area and still keep the chance on the possible upward action. So only if really significant drop will happen and the crude oil will start to rise in price on the crude oil, this could really cancel the overall setup. But until market is coiling relatively close to the 136 area, this could be multiple scenarios for attempts to go higher. So first attempt is the stands around this 4-hour Gartner's triple two buy pattern. Maybe later something else will be formed. But right now, as you can see, first step has been triggered. Now we just need to keep watching whether this setup will work, what will happen, and will it be sufficient for an action that we really could get. So because as I said, and if you remember our discussion on the situation in Canadian dollar, mostly this scenario is important due to the two major reasons. First reason is very significant level, 136, because this is some kind of the border between the bearish continuation and breaking of this trend and starting something else, because this will be not just one simple 136 resistance, but this is the border between the sentiment. So if market will break it to the upside, this could change medium-term trend and lead market to significantly higher. This is the first reason. Second reason is the not quite rational behavior of the crude oil. So we see that it's overall inputs that we have in the political sphere and economical sphere, they are really make situation very tricky, and we are not sure that crude oil definitely will continue to move higher, especially based on the behavior that we see around the patterns that are forming there. That is the reasons of our some very close attention to situation that we have on the Canadian dollar. And we see that here we could get really potential that not quite visible by everybody. So this is some kind of the hidden opportunity that we could get based on these patterns and on this situation that we have. And yesterday our scenario has been triggered, so our prediction really has happened, and now just the question whether this really starting of our big scenario, is this really something great, or this is just a reaction on the completion of this ABCD retracement and fib levels, minor reaction, market will continue to move down. So here we need to get clarity. But this bounce that we have here is really not really small, so it's approximately 70-80 pips up. So this very helpful, because currently you could just protect your position with the break-even step and just watch the movie, what will happen. So that's our current view on the Canadian dollar. Now let's talk on the euro currency, what I really would like to talk today. So on the euro currency, actually, guys, as overall step is not as superb as we have on the Canadian dollar, but here something still is going on. So we can see the thrust down has happened, and we have come to agreement in our recent discussion of the euro currency that this could be suitable for the Jet Napoli pattern. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, but we do not have any strong supports right below the market. So all that we have is just the completion of this minor ABCD target on the daily chart. Our next target that's approximately 104 area. And current reaction, as you can see, is very lazy. So it's very calm reaction on the reaching of the 1618 extension. No big bounces here, just minor consolidation. This market is forming, in fact, something that looks like the bearish flag pattern. Usually when the market forms the bearish flags, it's just hints on the further drop. So minor pause without any significant retracement and just drop here. Still, currently we do not have any closes above the 3x3 moving average yet. Situation could change because there's a lot of time for market to create some pattern. For example, if market will accelerate here, it still could form that bread and butter sell if we see some deep retracement, or double ripple buy could be formed because market doesn't need any significant retracements around the 3x3. It just needs to close above, close below, close above again, and approximately equal bottoms to create the double ripple. So that being said, here we still continue watching for possible Jet Napoli patterns because market still keeps chance to form them. At the same time, on the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, we see some bearish signs. First of all, take a look that market, yes, it has abandoned this channel, but take a look how this happens. Just flat action, no real thrusting action, no some kind of the breakout, just quiet exit out from the channel. Market strongly stands below the weekly pivot point. No attempt even to challenge the pivot, just standing below it. This is bearish sign. Finally, here we have clear bearish dynamic pressure, because you can see the trend has shifted bullish, but price action is not. This is bearish dynamic pressure by the Jet Napoli framework, and it assumes the taking out of these lows. So it means that some drop should happen here. Currently we do not know whether this will be a real downward continuation, because on the daily chart we see that in general situation allows to the market to just continue dropping, or this will be just minor breakout for hitting the target of the dynamic pressure that usually stands below these lows. So market should just taking out of these lows, and this will by this action dynamic pressure target will be completed. So this could happen. For example, market will drop here, then turn to the upward action. This, in general, this will be normal action for a double ripple pattern. So the market will form the first bottom and start to create some maybe double ripple pattern here. It's also possible. So we will estimate it a bit later. But right now, there's two major points that we should know on the euro currency. First of all, we expect this market will drop here and taking out of these lows. That is short-term expectation on the euro currency that we would like to get here. And later, second moment is that later after that, we will see what will happen, because market here, as I said, could as just continue move down, because major target stands at 104, and market, by the way, stands very close to the important lows, 105, forming this bearish flag, as to form some pattern and show some retracement here. If market will form here on the bread and butter, this will be just perfect. So the second point is just to keep watching for Jet Napoli directional patterns here. This also could be interesting. So that's our view on the euro currency.